Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the Avon Park Girl Modelers Club. Well, this is the first flight after my tragic belly landing flight and after the repair. And just to show you the gears are working, what had happened is these rods that open and close these doors. Remember when I first got this plane, this wheel came out and I had a screw that I just threw in there. It was hanging out too far, but it held this wheel in place. Well, that screw head was catching on one of them door rods, them control rods, okay? And that was causing this retract not to come down. Well, I finally figured that out, put a shorter screw in, one that fits in there tighter, took that control rod, turned on the underside of the control arm off the servo to where it's underneath, and now that screw, even though it won't touch it, it definitely won't touch it. And now I've got perfect operation, and there was no damage, and I was able to fix everything without costing me a dime. So, and that's always a good thing when you can have a repair and it doesn't cost you anything. That's a good thing. But I do know that she can handle a belly landing no problem. All right, right, left, up, down, right, left. Big, beautiful plane. We are dealing with a little bit of a cross breeze, so we'll have to definitely be on our rudder. Go down here. It's kind of at an angle down the runway. The runway runs east to west, headed to the east now. And the wind is kind of sort of out of the north. Kind of out of the northwest. More north than northwest though. Well, you know what, let me get a little further down. All right. All right.
Timer reset.
Got a 5000 Turnigy graphene battery in there. Okay, right, left, up, down. Alrighty. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Watch some gears come up. Needs a little bit of up trim.
Time remaining 8 minutes.
Man, talk about one beautiful bird. Holding inverted no problem, but then again, gull wing planes do naturally well inverted. They really do. All right. Come by for a slow pass. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that is so beautiful. Flaps back up.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
Time remaining 7 minutes.
All right, coming right back down at us now. All right, kicking up the speed. Take it out. It's not a sport jet, it's a warbird. Absolute beautiful. Now, if you notice skips and jumps in our video, what happens is we lose, my wife cannot use, because of her eyesight issues, she cannot use manual focus. And we are solely dependent on an autofocus camera. And so we don't have any choice but to use autofocus. And so sometimes we lose the plane. Put my flaps down. Well, anyway, sometimes we lose the plane. And so for that reason, what we do then, my wife will land the plane here. Be in the grass, that's okay. There we go. All right, well, my wife will, oh man, shoot. No, okay, well, do me a favor. I'll probably speed walk in the video out to it. That grass is so thick out there that it's just, wheels were buried. So let's try it again, get one good landing in, and then we need to get off the field. Oh boy. All right, let me get back over here. Really, the wind is basically across the runway, so it doesn't really matter which way I land or take off. The thing with the warbird, you get that tail up, then you drive that plane on those front wheels. You have a lot more control.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
All right. What we're going to do, no. Still going to have to land from that direction down there. Can't do anything about it. All right.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Try to keep up the momentum. You don't want to stop, you'll get dug in. All right, safety. All right, we're going to end that flight. We'll go back to bench and we'll talk about, and look at that beautiful bird. Take a moment just to look at how gorgeous that thing is. Absolutely gorgeous plane. Look at that big old prop. All right, motor off. Let's take it back to the bench and we'll take a look at it. All right. Now I don't remember the actual numbers for the CG. I can never remember. I've actually gotten to where on that jet I've actually started writing the numbers on the underside of the wing, but CG on this Corsair is actually so easy to get. All you have to do is very simple. I thought maybe I had a mark underneath there, but I don't. All you got to do is put a 5006S as far forward as you can get it, and you're there. If you want to use a 4000, there's 2 extra weight that will be in the cowl. I mean, they're given with the kit. There's a place for you to install those. Install those weight in the cowl here. There's a place for them if you want to use a 4000. But just put a 5000 there all the way forward, and you don't have to worry about it. She flies perfect. Remember, a warbird needs to be slightly nose heavy. That's just, they fly better, and that's how they're meant to be. A little bit nose heavy on a warbird. Some guys are going to argue with me, but you know what? I go with my experience and what I have proven works for me. So take it or leave it. I'm just telling you what works for me. All right, let's show you where the battery is. I've got a 5000 Turnigy graphene all the way forward, and you don't have to worry about the motor. There's a cross beam up in there that will prevent you from touching the motor, so you don't have to worry about that. And we still got 75% left on that battery, And we flew, well, we flew for almost 5 minutes. And my timer was set for 8.5 minutes, but there's other people who want to use the runway, so I can't hog it all just because I'm running a YouTube channel. I'm running I'm running a Lemon RX 7-channel stability receiver. The plane does have thrust reverse, and I do have it enabled just to show you that I have it. Put the prop on, okay, and you got it here, I think. There, hear it back changing, but I don't use it. This plane does not need thrust reverse, but it has that option if you wanted to. Maybe if you're running down a runway and there's a big old bush at the end, you don't want to hit it, and you'd rather, you know, tumble there instead of hit the bush. But I see no reason for thrust reverse with this plane. But there again, that's just me. But yeah, you just put your 5,000 straight all the way forward, and you are in good shape. Let's talk about rates that I just flew in. She's a top loader, so that's great. That's a huge help. All right, the rates that I just flew in. %, on the aileron, 30% expo. Elevator, 90% with 30% expo. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to change that to 100%. And on the rudder, 125 with 30% expo. I like a lot of rudder. So I'm going to just change that elevator to 90 or to 100. Okay. All right. Well, there you go, folks. That is the FLIGHTLINE F4U Corsair. Absolute fabulous flying plane. Be careful with your retracts. Careful of them doors. Any plane that's got retracts, especially a heavy plane like this, when you get home, cycle your retracts a few times. Make sure everything's working right. Look at your linkages. Look at your control surfaces. Slightly tug on everything. You'll be surprised what occasionally you're going to find. And if you don't, it's better to fix it in the shop than come out here and find it in the air. And then you've got a nice expensive pile of foam somewhere out there in the field. So a little, 30 minutes of post flying back in the shop will save you a huge headache later on. Folks, thank you for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the FLIGHTLINE F4U Corsair 1.6 meter. And God is great. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. God bless y'all, and warbirds. Bye-bye.